through the website. Well, let's start. First of all, I forgot to say that my name is Arti Pancham. And I'm the responsible consultant for the Aon student insurance, along with my colleagues from the Aon student team. What am I going to inform you about? Well, of course, who is Aon? What is the right insurance advice when you come to study or do an internship here in the Netherlands? Of course, based on laws and regulations. Why is it important to have an insurance? What is the Aon student insurance? What is the coverage? What happens to your insurance when you're going to have a part-time job or you're going to do an internship? How to apply for the insurance, pay, and how you can claim any damage. How does the healthcare system work in the Netherlands? Maybe quite different than you are used to in your own country. A recap of everything I informed you about. And last but not least, the questions. First of all, about Aon. Aon is an international advisor in risk management and an insurance broker. We work worldwide. We have 500 offices, 60,000 employees approximately, and our global headquarters is in London in the UK. Here in the Netherlands, we have 8 offices. The headquarters is in Rotterdam, where I'm based, and where Elisha and Kadra also are based. And we work for the Department International People Mobility. That's from where the Aon student insurance is serviced as well. We have a multilingual student services team, so English, Spanish, Turkish, of course Dutch as well. We have insured serviced over 450,000 students in the last decade, so that's quite a lot. And we are a partner of many universities and universities of applied sciences in the Netherlands, but also internationally. Insurances for students in the Netherlands, understanding legal requirements. Why is it important to understand the legal requirements? Because here in the Netherlands, every personal insurance is based on rules and regulations. All international students coming to the Netherlands must take out a private health insurance. You are not applicable to the mandatory governmental insurance, or the Dutch public health insurance, as we call it. Then international students who have a part-time job in the Netherlands next to their study are obligated to take out the Dutch public health insurance. And international students doing an internship in the Netherlands may be required to take out Dutch public health insurance, but that's based on their nationality and internship conditions. And I will tell you lots more about this subject in the later slides. But it's important for you to keep that in mind, that based on your situation, your insurance position changes. Dutch public health insurance is obligated by law when you have a part-time job in the Netherlands. It doesn't matter how much you earn. As soon as you have a part-time job next to your study and you are paying taxes on your salary, and social premiums are deducted, then you become eligible or obligated to take out the Dutch public health insurance. That's called, we call it a basiszorgverzekering in the Netherlands. And it's approximately €108 per month. If you're doing an internship in the Netherlands, EEA students and EU students from treaty countries are legally required to have Dutch public health insurance. Well, the treaty countries you can see in it in small letters like Bosnia, Jersey, Cape Verde, Japan, India. So it depends on what is your situation. Internships for non-EU students is only required when you earn more than the Dutch minimum wage. And if you do not oblige by this law, then you will receive a penalty that will be imposed by the Dutch authorities, the CAK and the SVB, and the fine is approximately €528 the first time, and it can happen the second time, and even a third time. And if you don't take out the proper insurance, they will take out the insurance for you. And most of the times, the insurance they take out is much higher than the €108 premium that you would normally pay. So if you receive a letter of the CAK and SVB, make sure that you take out the proper insurance. If you already have an Aon student insurance, you can, of course, change your insurance with us. You can go to your insurance account and you can apply for the basic health insurance there. We will give you some options, and then you can choose yourself with which provider you want to take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. And we recommend that if you take out the Dutch public health insurance, that you keep the Aon student insurance, because then you are still insured for all the other stuff other than health coverage. I will elaborate on that more in one of the later slides. But it is very important that apart from the health insurance, that you have coverage for other things as well. But you can arrange all of that online in your own portal. As this is a webinar for EU and EEA students, I imagine lots of you come with the European Health Insurance Card to the Netherlands. And it is important that you bear in mind that there are some restrictions and limitations on the European Health Insurance Card. First of all, the card must be issued in your own home country. If you are already here, you need to make sure that you get it in advance before coming here. Or if you are already here, make sure somebody can apply for it in your home country. The coverage depends on your home country. So each European country has its own limitations on it and their own coverage and period of coverage. The European Health Insurance Card is not a travel insurance, so there's no coverage for repatriation. There's no coverage for lost or stolen belongings, and it's no private healthcare coverage. So it could be very well that if you come to the Netherlands, you have an issue, an emergency issue, because the European Health Insurance Card is emergency only here in the Netherlands, that you will have to pay for it first and get your claim settlement either through your own EHIC insurer in your home country, or through Zilveren Kruis in the Netherlands. That's the appointed insurance organization by the EU here in the Netherlands. If you have used your EHIC card and you do have the Aon student insurance, you need to claim with the EHIC first. That's always the case, because then the health coverage on the Aon student insurance becomes secondary. So it's only a secondary coverage if you have the EHIC card. And last but not least, be aware of the fact that healthcare is not always free. Coverage follows local healthcare rules. Services that are free in your own country may not be free here, for which you may have to pay an amount. If you have the EHIC card and you take out the Aon student insurance, you will be covered for emergency assistance, repatriation, travel luggage, home content, legal assistance, personal liability, accident coverage, dental and physical therapy and psychological treatment, and of course for healthcare. But healthcare is a supplement, and because it is a supplement coverage, you'll receive a 55% discount on the premium. So instead of paying, for instance, 57 euros, you will be paying 25 euros. Why is it important to have an insurance in the Netherlands? Well, first of all, you are responsible for your own expenses and liabilities. So if something happens, you need to go to a doctor, or you accidentally harm another person's belongings without an insurance, you can find yourself, in a financial hardship, because you are responsible for that. You will have to pay that then out of your own pocket. In many situations, having health insurance is a legal requirement here in the Netherlands. And healthcare costs in the Netherlands can be very high. To give you, some information about that, specialist consults are approximately 110 euros per 10 minutes. And that's only the consult. That's not the blood work and other things you need to have. X-rays are approximately 80 euros, starting at 80 euros, depending on what kind of X-ray you need to have. CTs, MRI scans, approximately 800 euros. And God forbid, but if you are admitted to the hospital, you will, there is a price on that of around 800 euros per night, and that's the bed only. And if you, if somebody is admitted to an intensive care unit, that would be approximately 2,500 euros per day. So you can imagine that not having an insurance could set you back, very much, and could get you in financial problems, because there's no government here that will pay for you. The university won't pay for you, so it's your own responsibility, and they inform you about everything. So they want you to take out insurance as well. Yeah, the takeout is that insurance protects you against unforeseen circumstances, such as emergency travel to your home country. If there's an emergency, back home and you want to go back, you can do that. The Aon student insurance will cover you for that. If you cause an accidental injury to another person or damage another person's belonging, that's liability. That's also covered. And theft and burglary is covered. But also, and that's not written here, but if you are going to travel, your travel is also covered under this insurance. Well, a key takeaway is that insurance is not a very sexy subject. I'm the first one to acknowledge that, but it's a very important subject because it provides you financial protection, peace of mind, and access to the necessary care and assistance when the unexpected event occurs. So I hope you take away that from what I've told you till now. The coverage of the Aon student insurance, we have a very extensive coverage. We have 3 packages. We have a full degree package, we have an exchange student insurance package, and we have an intern student insurance package. The full degree, the exchange, and the intern package only differs from the full degree with regard to the medical expenses and with regard to the personal items or home content. Covered with the full degree is full medical expenses, including pre-existing conditions and the mental well-being coverage. With the exchange coverage and intern coverage, you are also fully covered for medical expenses and worsening of a pre-existing condition. Because in most cases, an exchange student and an intern will be here for a lesser time than a full degree student will be, because they will be here for their bachelor, their master's, or their PhD, or for all three of them, of course, that's possible. And an exchange student will be here for approximately 6 to 9 months and is able to take, for instance, their medicine with them. So that is not covered for a pre-existing condition. But if your condition worsens, so you have, for instance, high blood pressure, and you are admitted to the hospital, or your situation changes and you need other medicine, then that is, of course, covered. Under medical expenses, we insure, all doctors, specialists. If you need to be admitted to the hospital or have a medically necessary operation, mental well-being is covered up until 3,000 euros. There is a coverage for physiotherapy. Medicine is also covered. Prescription medicine, I have to say. Medicine you can buy, yourself in a pharmacy or drugstore or the supermarket is not covered. Then there is dental cost in case of relief of pain, or dental cost in case of an accident. So dental cost in relief of pain is when you need to go to a dentist because you have a terrible toothache one morning. You will have coverage up until 350 euros. The normal checkups, so once in 6 months, are not covered. And things like, the mouth hygienist is not covered either. Of course, you can go to the dentist for that, but you will have to pay that out of your own pocket. If you have an accident and you break your teeth and it needs to be repaired, you will have a coverage up until 1,250 euros per insurance year. So if you are insured with us for 2 years, then you will have coverage for each year for 1,250 euros. And the same goes for dental costs in case of relief of pain. That's 350 euros per insurance year. Then there is the coverage for repatriation and emergency assistance. In case you need to go back home because of a life-threatening situation in your home or in your family, you can do that. You will be covered, and we will pay the travel costs. The other way around works as well. If a student here in the Netherlands is very ill or life-threatening ill, and it's necessary for parents, sisters, brothers to come over, they can do that, and we will pay for those costs as well. And of course, medical repatriation. If you need to be medically repatriated back to another country, or we don't have the necessary equipment here in the Netherlands, and it's better for you to go to another hospital, either in the Netherlands or outside the Netherlands, that's also covered. Then there is the private liability coverage. Well, that's a very important one because you guys are probably going to cycle here in the Netherlands as means of transportation. And if you accidentally run into a person or you accidentally damage your car, you can be held liable for that, for the damage you've caused. And then you will have to pay those costs. And if you're not covered with an insurance, then those costs are for your own account. The private liability coverage is 1,250,000 euros. Then there is legal assistance coverage in case you need, legal assistance for a dispute you, for instance, have with your landlord or with, an organization. With a landlord, for instance, you pay rent and there's something wrong with the plumbing, or there's something wrong with a wall or a window, and he or she doesn't want to fix that, and you get into a legal dispute. Well, we are there for you. We can assist you. Then home content and travel. If you are going to be a full degree student and have a full degree insurance here in the Netherlands, you will be covered for your home content, and also your travel is covered. The things you take on your when you travel. If you are an exchange student or an intern, because you are here for a shorter period of time, you most of the times come with, just the things you have, and you put that in the room you are renting. Then your personal items are fully covered up until 3,000 euros. And then an accident coverage. In case you have an accident, a certain amount will be paid out to you depending on what happened. Well, the premium for the Aon student insurance, for the full degree insurance, it is €1.89 per day, which makes 56 euros and 70 cents per month. And if you compare that to the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, the governmental insurance, the public insurance, I have to say, well, if you pay 108 euros and you only have a basic healthcare insurance, or you pay 56 euros and 70 cents and you have a full coverage with healthcare, but also all the other things I told you about in the previous slide. Well, it's a big difference for more coverage. And as I said, if you are a EU student or an EEA student and you have the European Health Insurance card, you can take out the full degree coverage, but you will be paying 25 euros and 50 cents because you will receive that a premium discount of 55%. Exchange students pay 47 euros and 70 cents per month. And again, if you are an EU student, you will receive a discount if you have the European Health Insurance card, and you will be paying 21 euros and 60 cents. The same goes for interns, the same premium as the exchange student. And then we also have coverage for search year students, but that's only students who already have been a client with ours, who already had the Aon student insurance for at least 6 months. Those students can apply for a search year insurance if they receive a search year permit. Well, a lot is covered, of course, but it is an insurance, so there are always things that are not covered. First of all, what are the exclusions? Alcohol and drug-related damages are not covered. So if there is a damage and you have used, plenty of alcohol or drugs, it won't be reimbursed. If you cause damage intentionally, so you do it not by accident, but you do it intentionally, it's not covered. If you commit fraud or misrepresent facts on a claims form, for instance, or you don't tell the truth with a claim, there won't be any coverage. Preventive care and over-the-counter medicine is also not covered. So if you want to have, for instance, a checkup, and there's, it's just a normal checkup, that won't be covered. Of course, you can do that, but you will have to pay that out of your own pocket. But if you have, a tummy ache and you need to go to a doctor, of course, that will be covered. Over-the-counter medicine is medicine that you can buy without a prescription, like paracetamol or, let's say, certain painkillers, cough syrups, things like that for which you don't need any prescription from a doctor. And last but not least, high-risk sports are not covered. And with high-risk sports, we mean, for instance, bungee jumping or certain survival tracks. We have a list of the excluded sports in the policy conditions if you want to know more about it. And if you have questions, of course, always contact us. Then the healthcare system in the Netherlands, that may be quite different from what you're used to in your own home country. So that's why we want to inform you beforehand how it works. Once you are in the Netherlands, you need to find a general practitioner. We call it a huisarts because the GP is the one who will be your first point of contact if you have a problem, a medical problem. So register with a GP as soon as you arrive in the Netherlands. Most universities and University of Applied Sciences have, GPs they work with, so they can give you the addresses and the names, and they most of the time do that beforehand. Please follow the procedures they give you, because if you don't have a GP and you do have a problem later on, it could be quite difficult to go to a doctor. As I said, the GP is your first point of contact. Contact your GP for all non-emergency health issues. So if you, have been having, a tummy ache or a backache for several days, and you think, well, now it's time to see a doctor, contact the GP and make an appointment. The GP does the assessment, and in some cases, most of the times, the treatment as well. First of all, the GP will assess your situation and provide treatment or advice. If a specialist care is required or necessary, the GP will provide a referral. And if you go to the hospital, because here in the Netherlands, we don't go to the hospital directly. That's why we have the GP. He's the gatekeeper, or she is the gatekeeper for the hospital. So before you can go to the hospital. But if it's necessary to go to the hospital, they will give you a referral. And with that referral, you can make an appointment in the hospital. And of course, you will be reimbursed by us, but only if you have a referral from the GP. And this doesn't apply to emergency cases. So if you wake up and you have a terrible pain on your chest, or if you break a leg and you need to call an ambulance, or you are in an accident, of course, then you can just go to the ER from the hospital and get treatment. That will be covered. And last but not least, be on time for appointments, because the healthcare system here in the Netherlands is, has a lot of work and is overloaded. And if you have an appointment and you don't show up, they will give your place to another patient, but you will have to pay for that. So if you cannot make it on time, give them a call beforehand, or ask them to reschedule. Because if you receive an invoice for a treatment which you didn't attend, then you will have to pay that out of your own pocket. So make sure you are on time, and not only at the doctor, but also with other appointments you have, because we're quite strict with time here in the Netherlands, just to give you a heads up. Of course, you can contact us as well if you need healthcare providers information. Because of a shortage of healthcare providers, especially for general practitioners, if you cannot find one, you can contact us. We can, of course, help you with that as well. You can find a GP via zorgkaart.nl. as I said before, ask your university for assistance or contact Aon for assistance, and we will be glad to help you find a GP. With Aon Student Insurance, you have free choice of healthcare providers. Aon Student Insurance is a private insurance because you guys are international students. And one thing to keep in mind is that because Aon Student Insurance is a private insurance, we are not connected, like other private insurance, to the national FECOSO system, in which all basic healthcare insurances are registered. So if you go to a GP and they say, well, you are not insured because you are not in the FECOSO system, tell them you are very well insured, but you have a private insurance, and that's why they cannot find you in the healthcare system of FECOSO. Of course, if you need to apply, if you want to apply for the Aon student insurance, if you haven't done that already, go online. We do everything online, and make sure you apply before you arrive in the Netherlands, because stepping foot on Dutch soil and breaking your leg, or falling, or something happening, and not being insured could lead to problems. Because if you already have something, break your leg, it's impossible to take out an insurance. So make sure you are insured before you arrive in the Netherlands. There is no BSN registration needed. That's the City Hall registration. You do not need that, so you can apply for it tonight. Cover the full study period, so you don't have to extend it, and you are insured for the whole period. Check university arrangements. You will definitely be informed about that already. But some universities apply for their students for the student insurance, and some don't. So check that. And last but not least, extend your insurance before it expires, because you will always see that you forgot to extend your insurance, something happens, and then you're not insured. And that would be a pity, because if you have been paying all those months premium, the insurance ended and you have something. So we send everybody automatic emails before the insurance ends. So make sure you extend it. But if you take it out for, the whole period of your study, then you aren't safe. Then you will be insured for everything and you don't have to worry. Paying your insurance. Once you have applied for the insurance, you need to pay for the insurance. And again, we do everything online. So you apply for the insurance online, and payment is also done online. We have flexible payment options. You can pay monthly, yearly, or in one time. How can you pay? You can pay by credit card, Visa or MasterCard, direct debit. I see there's still the ideal option, but that is called Vero nowadays. But that is the Dutch system, ideal, and that has changed in the European system called Vero. We can deduct it from your bank account. You can transfer it to us, whatever you want. With the e-invoice, we will send you each month, or you can do it yourself by bank transfer. The easiest way to do it is either by credit card or by direct debit, because then you don't have hassles. You don't have to remember, to pay the premium. We will be deducting it, and you won't have, a financial delay in paying, which could cause other problems. So that's what I would recommend you. If you want to check your payments, you can view your invoices and payments in your online account. and you will not receive a payment confirmation. That is not done here in the Netherlands. You can view your invoices and payments in your online account, or you can see it in your bank statement. Your responsibility, once you have once you applied for the insurance and your application is approved, you are required to pay the premium. Be aware of that, because some students think, well, I have applied, but I don't want the insurance anymore. Once you have applied, you are required to pay the premium. And of course, you can stop it, but then also you will have to pay that premium. Well, non-payment of premium has consequences, because failure to pay may result into a defaulter registration, which means you will be registered as a defaulter, and it can be difficult to obtain insurance in future then, because you will be registered on a list. And yeah, that it may be difficult to take out insurances in the future then. So make sure, if you cannot pay or if you have financial problems, just contact us. We will always find a solution to help you. We're not here to get you in financial problems. We would like to solve it with you, but then we need to know that you cannot pay it. So bear that in mind. Well, managing your insurance, after your application, you'll receive all the policy documents by email in your email account, on your email account. You can manage all the changes yourself in your personal online portal. University arrangements, if the university has arranged your insurance, payments and changes are handled by the university. But for European students, that is most of the times not the case. You guys are most of the times responsible to take out the insurance yourself. If you want to switch or take out the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, you can do that by going to your online account. And if you have a change of plans, if you want to cancel because you are leaving earlier, you can do that online. You can end the insurance per day. So that means that there's no back date. But if you want to end an insurance per day, you can do that. And if you already have paid premium for the future, you will be refunded on a pro rata basis. So there's no back date, but you can end the insurance per day. And in the online self-service portal, you can, change your date. You can extend the insurance. You can make sure your payments are done, and you can change your address. Well, lots of possibilities. You are in charge of your own insurance. If you need to claim, of course, you have an insurance and you have, something happened and you need to claim damage, you log into your account again, your own online portal, you submit your claim, follow the steps provided, and we will reimburse you. If you have a European health insurance card, the EHIC card, or the Dutch basic healthcare insurance, first claim through Zilveren Kruis. If they don't pay everything, you can come to us and we will pay the remainder. Very important, keep all your receipts, invoices, and medical documents for your claim, because you need to upload those things. Well, then we are almost at the end of this webinar, and a short recap of the Aon Student Insurance. Who is it for? It's for international students who are going to do an internship or study in the Netherlands. Why should you take out Aon Student Insurance, and what are the key benefits? Well, it has worldwide coverage. There is no BSN number required. You have a medical coverage, including pre-existing conditions. Psychological care is covered up until 3,000 euros. There's a non-medical coverage like liability, like travel, household. You have a 24/7 emergency assistance number you can contact for like when you are, admitted to the hospital and the hospital wants a guarantee of payment. Contact that number or let somebody contact that number, and you're set. Visa requirements. The Aon student insurance is compliant with Dutch visa requirements and Schengen area requirements. The insurance is not valid for Swiss visa requirements, and that is because Switzerland has its own system. So if you are going to Switzerland or Swiss people are coming here, they need to take out the Aon student insurance as well and cannot use the EHIC card. And very important to know, the Aon student insurance is a private insurance, as I said before, and therefore not eligible for the Dutch healthcare allowance, the zorgtoeslag. That is only for persons who have the Dutch basic healthcare insurance. Do not apply for it because if it is awarded to you, and afterwards, they find out that you had a private insurance, you will have to pay everything back. And it can be even so bad that if you are at Schiphol Airport, and they check your passport in the system, and they see in the system that you still need to pay a fine, you cannot leave before paying that fine. So make sure you do not apply for that when you only have the Aon student insurance. Last but not least, service and contact. We are here to help you, of course. And for general questions, you can always contact my colleagues of the Aon student team. They are available from Monday till Friday, 8:30 until 5:30. You can phone them. You can send them an email. If you have claims related questions, you can send an email to claimsworldwide@aon.com. Of course, you can also go to our website because we have a very extensive website, very informative, and check the frequently asked questions because you can find lots of things there. And if you're still not sure, you can chat with us during office hours, and the chat is with a real person, a real colleague of mine, not a chat bot, so we can answer your questions, right away. And we are here for you. Just contact us if you just want to know anything. And we are coming to visit many universities because the information markets are there. We will be there. If you have questions or you just want a goodie, come and visit us at your university if we are there. Here is the list of universities we will be visiting during August and September. And love to see you there. Either I will be there or my colleagues will be there. Elisha and Kara will always also be there at certain information fairs. So it would be great to see you. And that was my presentation. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great time here in the Netherlands. Enjoy your time here because it's once in a lifetime that you study abroad, and make sure you enjoy it to the fullest and be successful in your study.